Alright, yo. This time out, I'm Luna Goon. To my right, we got,
Marissa.
We got Brother P.
And your boy Coop.
and this is time out. And before we get started with everything, I'd like to say, R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi. That was a tragic loss right there, unexpected loss
Definitely.
to everybody. I couldn't believe it. What was y'all at when y'all heard about it?
I was in my living room folding up clothes, and my phone was on the charger. And I went on my Instagram, and the first thing I seen was like Kobe died in a helicopter crash, and it was like I think it was TMZ,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
and I was like, nah, this fake news. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I thought was like, is that fake news? So you start googling shit and like trying to figure out if it's real or if it's fake. And then once I was like, I called my wife. I was like, yo, Kobe just died. She was like, what? Get out of here. And next thing you know, my phone started ringing. My Instagram started going on. Everybody started calling me, telling me, And I was just like that. And at that point, I didn't even know that his
daughter was in
his middle child daughter was on the show, 13 years old. So it was like you like in shock. You just standing there. You in a zone. Your mind is running. You're thinking about his family. You're not. You know what's crazy? You're not even thinking about him as a basketball player.
Yeah,
I didn't even
as
think
a-
about
as a-
like
as
a
a
move
dad.
or him playing basketball. I just like, damn, like a human being had passed away with his child, and it's just sad. Shout out to his wife. What's her name? Vanessa. And the kids and the whole Lakers organization. He's gonna be missed.
Yeah, definitely. That was like, honestly, I wasn't old enough for Jordan, but like for Kobe I was.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was my
That's your
my
era.
Sure,
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So-
his whole game was like, you know what I'm saying? Just mimic Jordan's, like, and,
No one mimicked Jordan like Kobe though.
Yeah.
Like, no one did it as good as Kobe.
yeah. And it was funny because like I was in Jersey, right? So I'm like in the middle of painting, and then my man Jermaine hit me. He was like, "Yo, he's calling me to ask me," and I'm like, I wasn't even on Instagram or anything. So I'm like, he called, and I'm like, what? So my boy that was there, my man June, he said, what? So he checking, and then two people hit him, and then somebody else, I can't remember, somebody else hit me, and then so we sitting there talking, and then we hear it like on the radio. You know what I'm saying? We heard it come through, and we sitting there like, yo. So, we're sitting there talking like, damn, like Kobe, like what happened? So they had I think it was a fake video that surfaced. Like, it was a helicopter that went down and crashed like in the canyon somewhere. Boom, like flames. I'm like, oh, I'm like,
But I
nah.
think they had it on camera.
Yeah, but that,
Somebody recorded it.
yeah, but that wasn't the video from the sound of what happened. First of all, it
was a fake video.
It was 5 people, then it was
That's
9
crazy.
people
Right.
that they came to find out that said 9 people that was on the on the helicopter, but that it was cloudy, and that I believe that he was flying lower than normal and ran
Into a mountain.
into the mountain. So that video with him going down, that was something else. But see, like that's the type of fake news you're talking about. Like you seeing
Wow.
something like that, the helicopter
hit a mountain.
lost control,
Yeah,
right?
first, because of the smog or fog above
Yeah.
the fires or something. And
I heard it was like that was the only helicopter that took off too from the base.
Well, yeah, everybody else they didn't like they waited it out. Like the weather wasn't good.
But don't they have to get like a okay from somebody?
You can
Like
get, a
like don't you have to
clearance,
say
but
if it's like like you have to talk to somebody and be like, listen, it's
no.
clear.
honestly, we
Like,
still,
when you take off for
it's still fresh. We're still learning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
right.
know what
But
I'm saying?
maybe like in that position, who it was, because it was Kobe,
Could have been prevented.
right, and they probably was feeling like, yo, listen,
Yeah, he got to go. He got to get to
go.
where he got to go.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So wasn't that the same thing with Aaliyah? Like,
Nah, the difference, I don't know. Aaliyah, they had too many bags.
Too much baggage.
And the pilot was actually telling her, listen, you can't bring all this stuff. And it was like, we taking it. Let's go. And that's what happened.
yeah, see, but
That's a different, it's different.
sometimes it's like, yo, that pilot, whoever it is, he knows best. But then like when you're dealing with a celebrity and like they got
Sometimes
money,
your judgment.
yeah, they're like they kind of probably be like swayed, like, listen, how much is going to cost for us to, you know what I mean? And you never know, like they could say something like that, but it's like they could push you into doing something. Maybe you saying like, yo, nah, I know this is, not, but all right. But they say, yo, Kobe he did that thousands of times. Takes his daughter, beat traffic, always take it to the game. This was years of doing that. You know what I mean? And
Like a taxi ride to him.
yeah. So like there was a report, I can't remember her name. She was like her first encounter was like when she first met Kobe, she was like, oh, I want to get a picture with him. So here she goes, she's walking up, a reporter, and she's like 8 months pregnant. First thing,
I think you
he's
said,
like,
yeah.
He's like, Kobe's like, yo, he's like, oh my goodness, how many, like the whole conversation forgot about the picture. He's like, how many months are you? We talking about like, yo, girls are the best. She was like, yo, yeah, we gonna try again. It's like, what if it's a boy? He's like, I don't care. He's like, yo, I could go like do 5 more girls or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, girls are
So
the
he
best.
loves
They're
his
a gift.
girls. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he said in particular, he was like, yo, the little one, the oldest one, he's like, yo, but the middle one. Like, yo, she got it. Like she's better than me. Like
she has that
when she
instinct.
was sharing that, like, yo, she was in tears. Like he was like, yo, she's a beast. That was his words. Like he was like, yo, she's a beast. Like at my age playing ball, like, yo, she got it. You know what I mean? And I think I seen like today, matter of fact, my boy was showing me a video. His daughter was like 13. She had on heels and she was like in the gym. She had on like a dress.
Wow.
She's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like behind the back, like, you know what I mean? Like
the heels.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Sad,
So
man.
Wow.
Damn.
Prayers
he
go out to the
definitely will be
family.
missed,
Yeah.
'cause it goes to show you, no matter who you are, it can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like enjoy the people around you and just enjoy life because you never know.
I think about Vanessa. I think about, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about, as a mother, what that feels like to have lost a child, and I think about what she's going through right now. You didn't lose a basketball superstar. You didn't lose a future basketball superstar.
You
Or
lost
you
your
didn't just
husband.
lose you lost your husband.
And
You
your
lost your
child.
partner for life and your
Yeah.
child. You know what I mean? Suddenly. They left the house and they were expected to come back. So my prayers are definitely with Vanessa and the whole family and the other passengers who lost, lost their lives and their families as well. But my heart, as a woman, I feel that, that hit different.
Even as a father, because like usually my daughter has a bedtime and she goes to sleep. And, you know how kids like, I don't want to go to bed. They keep on trying to. You on the couch, they want to keep getting under you, or you in the bed, they want to like, no, I want to lay down with you, and you like, no, you got to go to bed. You got to learn how to sleep in your own room.
Right.
And after that, she came up on me. I was like, come on, like
let's go.
Let's put the pillow and the covers and like, yo, I love you, man. Gave her a little kiss, like you can sleep with me every night. I don't care. That was the feeling I had last night. You know what I mean? So even as a father, it affects a person.
Yeah, it makes you realize what to be grateful for what's important.
Yes, yes.
In that moment when we all heard, I was at a diner when I heard the news. I just saw everybody start looking at the TV up on the wall, and I'm like, what are they looking at? And I saw Kobe Bryant. I saw arrested. I'm like, Kobe. And so it makes, like, in that moment, you forget about money, you forget about fame, you forget about, you know?
Yo,
Even
everything.
if it's for a moment, those are those real life moments where you're like, what is important and what's not. Beef, yo, let's cut the beef. If just for today, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, let's squash whatever just for the moment.
Everything
because,
comes minor.
yeah,
small,
Yeah,
you know?
makes you realize how fragile life is.
Yeah. And it was, that same night, right? I had tickets to go to the Knicks game, you know what I mean, with my boy Sherrod, and when I got there, they had Kobe outside, like on the side of the garden. You know what I'm saying? They had like, from birthday, like the time. And then they had them like the whole night, inside the arena, they had, they lit it up like gold and yellow. You know what I mean? I heard they did the Empire State Building, you said, right? Empire State Building, they lit up. But the garden,
And
it
Staples
was
Center.
crazy. It was just like, everybody's outside, like looking. And then when you go inside, then they had a moment of silence. Then they did like the 24-second shot clock. You know what I'm saying? Each team, like, man, got
Some
the
did
violation.
like the 8.
Yeah, for the 24 set for his number, and then after that, like they played like Durant and Kyrie didn't show. Even watching the news tonight, Kyrie, they was like, the coach said like, he was a monster in practice, right? But he was like, he's like, he's not there. Like, that Kobe was his mentor. Like he was closer to Kobe than everybody. I'm talking about like LeBron, all of them. Everybody had their relationship. But him and Kyrie was like that. Like he mentored him. Like even in practice, like yo, he finished, he's out. He didn't show up that night to the game. He didn't, like it hit him hard. You know what I'm saying? So coach was like, yo, he's not even playing. The next game, he's like, yo, he's not even having him play because he's not there. Like practice, he was killing him, but he was just like, yo.
I heard there was
it
a
hurt him.
team that didn't play.
Oh, tonight the Lakers.
Tonight.
They was playing the LA Clippers and the Los Angeles.
canceled the game.
Canceled the game for Kobe tonight. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And I think they on their way to retiring number 8 and number
Oh, yeah.
24.
Yeah.
They retiring both
So,
of them.
you know, and they're having a vote on changing the
The
logo.
NBA logo. That would be dope.
That's
NBA
crazy.
That would be
I'm with it.
dope.
Yeah,
I'm
Right.
with it.
Jerry West, I mean, like, yo.
Jerry
just-
West didn't even want to be on it, so
Right.
he's
Right.
like,
And look how many eras we went through. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Before
It's time.
They,
Right,
they,
it's
they just
time.
have
It's
him.
time.
Like,
Yeah,
yo,
it's
Kobe
time.
deserves it.
And it would
that
be
should
good.
shouldn't take for a man to
Yeah.
pass away, but it's time.
It's
It's
time.
been time. Yeah.
Yeah, been time.
But like,
They
yo,
should have had
he-
Jordan up there.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Like Jordan,
right.
and you know what I'm saying, and go through, and then on top of that, like even though shout out to Kobe, he just qualified to the Naismith to make the Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
Hall of
He
Fame.
qualified for that. You know what I'm saying, and then also LeBron, he just passed him on third all time scoring. Yeah, so definitely they was like what's his name? Durant was saying like, yo, it's there's nothing that's going to be big enough to basically suffice his career, his legacy. You know what I mean? Like Kobe, like yo, I mean they talked to like everybody, basically, man. They was talking to Fisher. These are teammates with him that won chips with him. Karan Butler, like yo, I mean it's like nobody had
His work
nothing-
ethic was crazy.
Impeccable.
They say he woke
Impeccable.
up at 4 in the morning,
Word.
went to the gym, flew back home, helicopter back home, took his kids to school. When he dropped them off at school, went back to the gym, and then took the helicopter back to get the kids from school, and then went home. Every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
like the same way we jump in
Like
the car.
4 in the morning. I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
He's in a helicopter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, take me here. Like, I'm beating all traffic. Like, it's crazy, man. It's something you do.
they say he lived in the gym.
Right, and
He was a
that's
gym
right, right.
Yeah.
And that's what whatever interview I saw, that's what he was saying. He took the helicopters because LA traffic is crazy. Like, the traffic, you can be sitting in the traffic and you're driving. He's like, you lose time with your kids. You can't talk to them. You're trying to get to where you're getting. So he's like, helicopters just became easier. You get to where you're getting, hardly any traffic, and you get to spend that time.
He said he missed a play of his daughters, of one of his daughters, one of his kids. They had a play, and he said he missed it because of LA traffic. He said that's why he started, looking into helicopters.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie. That's
Unfortunate,
that's
I'd
sad.
say,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that's
Sad
the option
day.
I would take if I had it.
Right.
Jumping in the helicopter, going where I gotta go.
Right.
But that's like the risk you run. Sometimes you in a rush. We don't know. Like
Right.
I hope.
Everything was, was on the
Yeah,
up and up, man.
man.
You know what I mean? As
Right.
far as like the pilot, as far as everything
And-
was concerned.
I mean to cut you off, but rest in peace to the other family
Yeah.
members that was on the plane.
Yeah,
Pilot.
definitely.
The pilot and
His
the,
daughter's
the
teammate,
coach, the teammate,
her
all
mom,
9,
I believe.
all
Yeah.
all
His
9
teammates in there
victims.
too.
Yeah, she had
Yeah.
a teammate.
Yeah, a friend, and the coach.
She was the daughter was number 2, and the teammate was number 8, I believe. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah, that's sad. Like anytime you hear something like that, no matter who it is, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
You
know
don't wanna hear nothing
LA
like that.
versus Nipsey, now Kobe. They
right.
Yeah, you seen the Grammys, like the award going for that? I'm not
They
into
put
watching.
both of their pictures.
Yeah, they put
their
their
up.
pictures up. Did like a
Little
like
tribute,
yeah,
kinda.
tribute to him. But
I just had to put my phone down.
It's just like,
turn
damn,
away from
man.
the TV because it was
Yeah.
like too much. And it's still going on right now. I had to put my phone down today. Like,
And I
yo,
saw someone post something about black men, and they were saying this is hitting black men differently because a lot of black men grew up with Kobe as a,
As an
like
idol.
in this generation, like as an idol. You know what I mean? Like Jordan was to,
yeah, to us. Well, not to me. I'm a Knicks fan, but to
right,
everybody else in
right,
the world.
yeah. So
To
it
Coop.
right, it really is hitting different.
yeah,
And
I
so-
seen videos
yeah.
of people crying,
Yeah.
reactions, stuff like
Yeah.
that because like that's their idol. Like this is who they
Yeah.
worship. Like
Yeah,
this is who they want to be. when they put they shoes on and lay something, go on the court.
Yo,
like that's who they idol.
Right away, all the stuff was sold out. My man, when we sitting at the Knicks game, he's like, he said, "Yo, everything is sold out."
I can't
Sure,
even find my
everything.
Kobe's. I'm like, God damn.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Everything's
I ain't
sold
gonna lie
out.
to you. I went to my wife and she's like, mm-mm. I was like, come on, babe, this shit's gonna be worth like $1,000. She was like, mm-mm. I was like, I went back in the living room like a big old kid, mad, because I was about to order some Kobe, man. I should have just done it anyway.
Like, fuck it. I put it on the card.
That's what happened when you get married.
Right.
But yeah, man, shout out to Kobe Bryant and Kobe Bryant's family.
Right.
And
everybody
people
who
that passed.
His
lost.
mother, his father.
Yeah,
his
well,
sister.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Helicopter, his family and all that, the driver. Shit.
Yeah.
But this episode, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do something a little different. Go ahead and let the people know what you do in the book and everything that you got.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. My name is Marissa Jacobs, and I am here to talk about a book that I wrote with my daughter called The Beads and Braids Book. And the book is pretty much, well, I'll talk about my daughter first. My daughter had cancer when she was 2 years old. She's a pediatric cancer survivor. So shout out
Hold
to...
on.
No, she's an overcomer.
She's an overcomer.
She's an overcomer.
She's an overcomer.
Keep it going.
And she was 2 years, 2 months when she was diagnosed with stage 3 intermediate risk neuroblastoma. And so neuroblastoma is pretty much like it can be a tumor anywhere in your body, and like, you know, certain type of cancer. And hers was in her abdomen. And so this was in 2015. So she went through chemotherapy. She had to go through, you know, treatment. And then we ended treatment with surgery. And she had the tumor removed. And just that whole process was traumatic. But, you know, she got through. She was a champion the whole way through, to be honest. She braved through it. You never saw her, like, crying. You never saw her, like, you know, she just championed. She led us. It was like she was our strength in that, you know. So she got through that. And when she lost her hair, I cut my hair also to kind of like, you know,
Yeah, make her
help
feel
make her feel comfortable and, you know, show her like hair is an accessory. You know, like we lose hair, we gain hair as Black women. You know, we do all kind of stuff with our hair. Y'all know.
Yeah, you get some shit out.
We got braids, we got weaves, we're natural, we're straight, all kind of stuff, even fades. And I didn't want her to feel any kind of difference in how she looked. And so we talked a lot about, you know, beauty and how do you feel. And, you know, she, of course, in the hospital, she saw kids that looked just like her. So it wasn't totally different until, you know, you're home and you're seeing that you're the only one without hair and everyone else is different. And after her treatment was over and she started to get better and her hair started to come back, she kept asking me, like, Mommy, when can I get my beads and braids? You know, when can I get some braids again? I want my beads. I want to shake them. And we talked about what beauty meant. And we talked about, you know, the journey, you know, and helping her find that. Helping her find, like, with hair, without. You're beautiful. You know, beauty is not something that's mostly external. It's mostly internal. That's what matters. You know, how you're
Confidence.
exhibited, your confidence. How
Type
you,
of person you are.
exactly. You come across in the world. And we wrote a book together. And so the book is talking about her. She's the, you know, main character of the book, little Erin, and her journey through and how she one day regained her beads and braids and the journey to finding self-beauty, you know, that conversation. So I think it's...
Salute.
Thank you. I think it's an awesome book for, it's a good conversation starter, especially in the climate that we're in where you see natural hair movement coming back. You see a lot of women embracing their natural textures and colors and all kind of stuff. And we love it all, you know?
And so
They like
somebody
taking the perms out.
Everybody taking them
They're
out.
like, yo, no more perms.
The salons are losing, well, not all the salons, but, you know, like, it's different. And I like
Here's the
it.
shea butter at.
Yeah.
Word.
For real.
You know, I think it's important for us as people of color
To embrace.
whatever standard of beauty it is that we define. I think for a long time, we've let society, or, you know, dictate to us what looks good, what doesn't look good. And so as my daughter Erin was going through treatment, you know, I was so worried about how is she going to see herself in the world? Is this going to affect her in some kind of way where some people go through pediatric cancer and their hair doesn't come back?
Right.
You know, it changes, or, you know, people don't think about, think about those things. And especially as African American people, I personally have not seen us portrayed in that sense, you know, like on the St. Jude commercials or the different, you know, you don't really see us. You
Right.
don't really hear us narrating our stories. So I felt like it was super important. And I felt like it was a moment where me and her are having this conversation like, hey, let's take this and help some other kid, you know, help some other children
Right. That looks like you.
that looks like you. Who can tell your story better than you? You know what I mean? Who can narrate? We look at rappers, we look at Jay-Z, and we love him because he's from Brooklyn, he's from the hood. I can relate. We look at Nas, Queensbridge, right? We look at all these, the 50. Where's he? Hollis, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Jamaica,
South-
right.
South
South Jamaica,
Jamaica, yeah.
right. Sorry, 50. Don't. I don't want to owe 50 no money.
Right.
Right. I don't want to owe you 50. South
going out
Jamaica. Let me
Right.
get his hood right. But we associate what we do, and we are able to look at our identity in people who are influencers to us.
Yeah, from our same neighborhood.
From my same neighborhood,
like
I can
us,
relate
yeah.
to you. You look like me. You've been through struggles I've been through. You've been through similar situations. So when we were writing this book, and my daughter and I wrote the book together, and the illustrator for the book, Justice Whittle, shout out to Justice Whittle. She did an excellent job.
Justy.
Right, I can't wait till you guys see it. But I felt like it was super important for her to speak her story, and so another little girl who looks just like her, or otherwise, this book is for everyone.
Right.
But it's important, I feel, for people of color to be able to tell their own stories. Look at Ava DuVernay. All these people in TV and film now, Lupita. You know, we're seeing people on the big screen in the movie theaters and just on TV and media across the board that look like a Black Panther. That movie. Did you guys buy your tickets in advance? Like, I know I bought my ticket. I was ready.
Yeah, I was there. Yo, we was
We
at
always,
the...
we
You know what
always
I'm
get
saying?
tickets.
Like,
to
well,
the
Wakanda
game.
forever.
Yo, it was like 30 of us when Black Panther... Yo, it was like, yo, this is for us.
This
you know
is-
what I mean? Like,
That's-
that's the feeling you had. Like,
that's
yo, this is
it.
for us.
That's
yo,
it.
Yo had the T-shirts. Yo,
That's
my
it.
my two little ones had their
That's it.
T-shirt. Yo,
Yep.
it was, no lie, it was like 30. Well, we was at the first early morning show in Queens.
Yep.
Yo, like packed.
Yep.
It was crazy. But
They
like,
had
that's
like
the type
5
of feeling,
a.m.
you know what I'm saying?
shows,
Like,
yeah,
theater shows. Yep.
You
When-
feel it in
How
there.
you
go
feel
to
when you
something
walked
like
out?
that.
It was like, oh my
Yeah,
You
yeah.
god,
felt pride.
yeah.
You felt pride.
Yo, son.
You was like,
And
I'm
then-
moving to
and then-
Wakanda.
And then for Halloween,
I'm moving
everybody
to
was
Where's
Black
Wakanda?
Panther.
Right. Black Panther.
Everybody
But
wanted
now,
to
all
be
right.
Right.
So now, when you're watching a movie, what was that movie with was it Nate Turner? The slave movie.
I know you.
It's an old one?
Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, when you watch a movie like that, right now, the outcome of that when you come out is totally different from when you come out of a Black Panther movie.
Right.
Is it like a deep depression? You think about history.
Yeah.
Is
It just puts you in that perspective, and you start thinking, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like the reality, like, yo, Black Panther was to like give you like
That sense of pride.
that pride. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that, you know, like, yo, listen, like now we're being recognized. And then when you look back at that, it's like, damn, this is how we were demoralized, you know, like, yo, you see things like that, and it's just like, man, but you say, look how far we've come. You know what I'm saying? And now you look at Black Panther and you're like, yo, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? So it's
You gotta-
it's all in the package and how they present it to you,
Right.
and it just puts you in that frame of mind. So you
But
know,
so my point is when you see movies like that, perfect example, bro, you're seeing actors who look like you. You're feeling their struggle. So writing this book and making it about, I mean, I grew up in Brooklyn, East Flatbush, Brooklyn Avenue, shout out between Church and Linden. And so I want people to be able to look at the book, people who look like me, who have daughters who look like my daughter, who are young Black women, you know what I mean? Who are young parents, who are cancer and certain illnesses don't just happen to certain people. They can happen to it can happen to anyone. So it's important to see us telling these stories of overcoming, telling these stories of how we got through, and also the narratives about, you know, what happens along the way. And so I feel grateful. I am honored to be able to write this with my daughter and to share it with the world. The Beads and Braids book, we're on Instagram at the Beads and Braids book. Our website is www.thebeadsandbraidsbook.com. We're also on Facebook at the Beads and Braids book.
How long the
So beads and braids, right?
The Beads and Braids,
The
yeah.
beads and braids.
Yeah,
All
the
How long-
Beads and Braids
How
book.
long the book been out?
Well, the book is on pre-order right now.
It's on pre-order,
The
okay.
book is coming out March 6th, which
Okay.
is my daughter's birthday. She'll be
Great.
7. And this
Okay.
is the year that she's celebrating 5 years being cancer-free.
Okay.
So
Nice.
it's a big year.
Celebration.
And you guys just finished up the book recently?
Yeah, we just finished up the book.
Can I ask another question? Do you guys
Okay.
plan on writing another book?
We already did. Yes.
What's that? Oh, you can't speak on that one.
Well, we can speak about it.
Wow.
We can speak
You
about
got-
it.
so
It's,
you-
not,
so-
it's
so-
in the works.
That's
It's
okay,
in the
but
works.
still, that's-
it's in the
it's
works.
big, man.
It's in the works. We have
Yeah,
some content coming up, but you know, again, positioning ourselves. You know, this. I feel like in this day and age, anything you want to do and learn, you can go on YouTube and figure it out. You
You're
know
right
what I mean?
about that.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
being millennials, being in this time frame that we're at, why not? You know, not just write a book. Let's talk to our audience. Let's talk about our experiences, or especially my daughters in hospitals. Let's normalize the conversation with kids. You know, sometimes you tell kids, you're going to the dentist, no, I don't want to go, or going to the doctor. My kids love the doctor. I mean, that's our experience. But normalizing that.
Yeah.
Doctors are there to help us, and especially in the African-American community where, you know, sometimes it can be like, oh, I ain't going to the doctor.
Right.
I
Or,
want-
or you
and-
don't even have health
Or
coverage.
you don't
know?
have health coverage. We
Can
can talk
afford
about
it.
that.
I
Real.
had health insurance for 5 years before I started going to the doctor.
Right.
So
Right.
that tells you
Normalize,
right
but
there.
then understanding the historical aspects to why African American people of color don't necessarily trust healthcare. You talk about the was it the Tuskegee
Tuskegee experiment.
experiment and all these different things that have happened, right? Where people are like, yeah, no, I'm not going to the doctor, but
Right.
normalizing that, like, we gotta go, we gotta check our blood sugar, we have to get physicals, we have to
Yeah. So you could detect these things
you can
early,
detect
you
these
know?
things
Exactly.
early. I know with my daughter, the way that they were able to find it was through an ophthalmology visit. So I just felt like something wasn't right with her eyes, and we ended up going to an ophthalmologist. And he then
So
said
you see it in the eyes.
something. I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on what
Just knew-
exactly
you
it
just knew
was.
something wasn't right. That's your child.
So do you know what like the signs to look out for, or
Yeah.
I don't
That's a good
think it's
question.
any one sign. And so what's beautiful about being a parent is that sixth sense of just something doesn't really. I don't know what it is, but I got health insurance, or I'm gonna go to the doctor or a clinic or wherever, or I'm gonna ask questions. And so my experience through the journey with her was really being an advocate. And so being in the hospital and having gone from the ophthalmologist to the emergency room, and then being in the emergency room for a night and them not finding out what was going on, and then the next day going through like a battery of tests,
You're trying to figure out what's
trying to
what's
figure
the
out
problem.
what's going on, and then,
then
like,
finding
her
out.
blood pressure went crazy, and then they're
Wow.
like, look, we got to go to the ICU, and then going to the ICU, and then figuring out something is seriously wrong here. And so advocating, asking questions. As a parent, you have a right. That's your child. You know what I mean? You know that child better than anyone. And shout out to Dr. Lichtenstein. That was the ophthalmologist. Shout out to Dr. Lichtenstein's office on Union Turnpike.
Right.
But it was his receptionist that said to me when I called for an appointment, when I first felt something was wrong, like with her eyes. And she said, we don't have appointments, but you're a mom, and I believe I'm a mom too. And I know that when we feel like something's wrong, something may not be wrong. So I'm going to give you an appointment the day after. It was Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to give you an appointment on Tuesday. Come on. And went through that week. And from there, that's how it all.
Your life changed.
Life changed.
Just like that.
Like that. So that's when I think of the Kobe, situation. I think of these things as a parent, having been through
Yeah.
and illness, you realize how precious life is
Yeah.
and how quickly it can change just like that. So life changed for us, and I feel like life has changed also for the better. You know, she's well. She's doing well.
She's doing well.
She's doing well.
That's great.
She's doing well. She's thriving. She's in the 1st grade.
You know, we love the kids, man. We don't like to see the kids suffer, man.
Yeah.
Ever. You know? Never.
Yeah,
So,
and you
God
think
bless.
You think of things. So she wasn't in school yet.
Mm-hmm.
So when she got better, it's she can go to school now.
Mm-hmm.
She can go to the park and play.
She's happy.
She's happy. Things we take for granted.
She can put them beads in her.
She can put the
braids.
beads and braids back in it. You know what I mean? Or wear it out like mom. Or
Word.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's just normalizing that, and we really wrote the book to begin a conversation. I hope parents buy the book. I hope dads buy the book and read it with their little
got you.
girls.
And
you
they
know?
could pre
Got
you could
you.
pre-order right now. And how much is the book?
The book right now on the website is $14.99.
Right. So they could go to thebeadsandbraids.com.
The Beads and Braids book.
Oh,
right.
the beadsandbraidsbook.com. Okay.
Yes. And we're on
Go
Instagram.
purchase that book.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please.
Support,
Support.
Thank you.
follow, subscribe, whatever
And
you
that's,
gotta
and
do.
that's all of the links, right? That's the Instagram is the Beads
On
and Braids book.
Instagram at the Beads and Braids book.
All right, the Beads and Braids book.
At the Beads and Braids book, and the website www.thebeadsandbraidsbook.com.
Okay. Definitely.
That's what
Definitely.
I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's a little inspiration hearing good news like that.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Young entrepreneurs.
yeah, that's what we
Try
promoting, stuff
yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to hear stuff like that, positive note. You know
And
what
in
I'm
our
saying?
community, right? We're not
Yeah,
watching
that-
this on TV. We're not watching it on CNN.
We live.
We're not watching on the Ellen Show. Shout out to the Ellen Show. Shout out to Oprah.
Yeah.
Shout out to JV.
Shout out to social media house.
Shout out to social media, Instagram, YouTube.
Time out.
Time out.
Time out. You know, shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
But this is in our community.
Right.
It affects us. These are the stories that our children go through, our families go through. And it's not just the kids. It's not just us who go. It's everyone. Everyone connected to us. Teachers.
Yeah.
You know, school officials.
I feel blessed we can come up here every week and
Get a shot
just
of
sit
her.
back and, you know.
She's in here.
She's in the booth. Aaron. She's in the
Uh-oh.
booth. Wave high.
Wave high.
That's right.
Yeah.
She's there.
Amazing. God bless.
Thank you.
So, for this week, you know what I'm saying? How y'all been feeling about what's been going on in the world? Like, just like trying to keep a positive note and seeing what's going on, and like how y'all striving with being positive, even though there's negativity everywhere.
I mean, with that incident, like that we talking about with Kobe, it just kind of just puts everything on a back burner, kind of like diffuses a lot of things that you might have had and said, listen, you know what? I don't have as much time as I thought I
that.
did.
Not
You know what
today.
I mean? Plus, we got the Super Bowl coming up, so I ain't really thinking about no negativity right now. But you know, but I mean that it kind of puts everything into perspective. It's like, you know, the ones, listen, you have a problem with, you might not be talking to, you realize and say, yo, you know what? It ain't even like yo, you be arguing with somebody or having a problem with them, and then you kind of forget like how it even started. You know what I'm saying? And then you say, yo, you could be here one day, and then
Going
yo,
next.
that same thing happened to any one of us, and you like, damn, you know, I wanted, damn, I didn't even get a chance to. So you got to think about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, yo, it ain't even worth
Especially
it.
if you arguing about some nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Nonsense.
Sometimes you be arguing, you walk away, you be like, man, and you keep going, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just better to let go. I don't even argue no more, man.
Yeah,
right or
that's
wrong.
That's
I'm
that
tired.
2020.
Like,
I
listen,
just
you got it.
Positivity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
I'll walk
50
off.
Put up a post actually.
But let's
like
see what
that.
50. You know 50 though. We'll see
No,
what
no.
happens. I hope he follow through with it. But we all know 50.
Yeah, I'm
50
st-
probably
I'm-
on the
I'm-
ground right
yeah,
now.
I'm just trying to figure
Talking
out who
trash to
shot Ghost,
somebody.
Yeah,
man.
like nigga, that was a trick for my new movie.
Yo.
Word.
But but
Yeah,
seriously,
no, I seen it. I think I seen
he
it.
put up something and he was just like, "Yo."
It was because of the Kobe death,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
It was about, I think he was either at a game or somewhere, but he was just saying like, "Yo, it's not worth it" or whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of mood it put everybody into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, time, just putting time into perspective.
In
yo.
perspective. That's it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Helping us to realize that time is a gift.
Believe me, I
And
know.
It's the one thing you can't get back. Think about it. I could return these jeans, these sneakers, you know. I could turn anything.
Yeah,
But
that's
time,
that's
once
why-
it's gone,
You
Yeah,
gotta
get
tell
it back.
kids, young kids, this shit too. Like, well, this stuff too. Damn, I'm trying not to curse.
Yeah,
or money.
We still working
Like-
on them, y'all. We
Right.
still working on them.
like,
We still working on them over
you
there.
know what I'm saying? Like you tell young kids like, come in, crime ain't worth it because that time that you're giving, you're not getting back, and you're not. It's gonna stop you from getting where you're gonna go.
Right.
It's gonna, you know what I'm saying?
gonna
That
put you
24
back.
years, you come out after 24 years,
Starting
you're
over.
starting all
All over.
over
Yeah.
again. You
But
gotta get a
but
job.
what about
buy
the
house.
ones? What about the ones that don't have no one to tell them? You know,
Then that's the
Right.
thing. Like as
know?
as older people,
that's where
some
we step
people
in.
have the chance to tell younger kids, yo, don't do that. Don't be shy to tell them that because you might be that one person that they don't have somebody. So you telling them like, yo, don't do that. Like
And that's why the Beads and Braids book is so important. Shout out to the Beads and Braids book because it's your experience, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't speak something that you've been through, it's kind of like that old mantra, like each one help one, each one win one. If I have a story that helped my life, it can help somebody else's life. You don't have to be
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
to be a parent and
Yeah.
be like, I have these. Some mothers, I have mothers who have hit me up like, I see this in my kid. I'm not a doctor. But if you feel, call your doctor. Go to the hospital. Go to the emergency room. Ask questions. Advocate. So we talk about people not having mentors, but everybody has an audience. Everybody. You have people that you influence. You have people that you look up to. That look up to you. You have people that you speak and they're like, yo, I like how he think. I like how he moves. And so whatever you say, they may listen to. They may be like, I'm gonna do that because he did it. Just like a lot of people want to be like Kobe or want to be like Mike. How many of us? I wanted to be like Mike. I wasn't a guy, but you saw the commercial.
let me find out you was out there trying to.
I was trying to dunk,
You know how? Yeah, it was definitely like that. After you watch the
Yeah, it
game,
was
you
a
like, yo,
movement.
we going to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yeah,
might do
yeah.
You wanna be
I
like
got plenty of
Mike.
times. Yeah,
Yeah,
as soon
man.
as the game go off, you don't even care if it's dark outside. You running down to
You
the
didn't
park.
want to be Rodman. Shout out to Rod. You didn't want to be nobody else. You wanted to be Mike. You had that influence, and we have to realize we all have that power, you know. And so it's what you do with it. Are you gonna take your experiences and you're like, look, I went through. I ain't got nothing to say to nobody. I don't have nothing. Or are you gonna be like, look, this is what I went through. This is how I could help you. If you,
Yeah,
you know,
it's the story, man. Like
Yeah.
once
Story.
your story is your story. It's unique. It's not like you making it up. So like us growing up, you know what I mean? Like we had like different generations, right? So we had like the older guys, you know, like Harvell, all these guys. They were like our mentors, you know what I'm saying? Our father figures that was
Goose.
like that was out
Cliff,
there in the street,
my
right?
brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nah, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Like, yo, you know, because of a majority of them, it was like the reason why I even looked to take city exams. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, take that as a backup. You know, just that you can pursue what you want to pursue, but always do this and take these as a backup. And that's the reason why I did that. You know what I'm saying? Not my mom. You know what I mean? Or anyone within the family. It was
your homie.
It was the homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yo, these are dudes. We used to. Every summer we in the park playing ball. You had the dudes over here rolling dice. You had the dudes over here. There was a play. You know what I'm saying? You had the dudes that was hustling. So you always had that around. See, it's different now, yo. There's nobody in the parks.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on. Yo, my son's friends is online. He's playing kids in Japan on PS4. Like, yo, this is my friend when he was younger. You know what I mean? So it's like a different time. You know what I
crazy.
mean? Like we're growing up with the millennials. So
It's
like,
sad, man, because they don't know how it is to go outside and play tag.
Yeah,
and
yo.
race and
Used to play
football, man.
that
everything, bro.
different games.
I feel like just seeing when I was growing up, my parents could send me to the store at 5, 6 years old. Like, go to the store, go get this.
Yeah,
tell
you're
a
not
5
doing
and
that
6
now.
year old
5 or
right
6.
now.
5 or 6.
Hell
That's
yeah.
kinda young.
Nah, I wasn't
Six.
5.
I was
I did at
6
9.
going to- That's a little bit young.
I did like 9, not no 5.
right, 8, 9,
Try not to curse.
5 or 6.
In Freeport.
You need a hug, man?
First grade. I used to have to walk down from the bus stop on the corner by myself.
Listen, man, your parents is
Everybody
in
working.
trouble now.
They would be
But I was more mature. Like, I wasn't
Okay.
like, now I be looking at kids like,
Well, see-
I be nervous seeing somebody else kid walk across the street
Right.
like, oh, yo, like, what are you doing?
Listen,
Like,
I mean, well, to each parent, they're gonna know their child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Whether
yeah.
or not they know, listen, he's capable. I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
They
Like
knew you
at
were
5,
capable.
5
Yo, no, but I'm gonna keep it to you. Like it sounds funny to you like that, but yo,
Where?
when I was in
Yo,
first
my
grade,
daughter's 4. Okay, she.
my like
Where
shoot,
did you live?
we
Queens?
was outside.
6th grade.
Queens?
Well, 6 years old. I was in first grade. You know what I'm saying? Boom. From there, 7th grade, 2nd grade. I mean, 7 years old, 2nd grade. Like
a little older.
moving up.
You sure?
Freeport. Yeah.
How you get to school at your parents
Like
took you
I
to
would
school?
walk to the corner.
Kindergarten?
My parents both had a job in the morning. They would go to work. My grandmother had a daycare. I get up, boom, walk to the corner.
Wow.
Row of kids,
My son is
stand
6
there,
now.
Wow.
boom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like
not sending him out.
mentally, that's why like certain people when they complain, I'm like, yo, I've been doing this for the
Yeah.
longest. When I was in Atkinson and going to Dye Junior High School, I used to have to walk miles
But yo,
just
you
to
know
get
what?
to school. In
You
the
know
rain
what?
all
In
that, I be
Jersey?
soaking wet now in Freeport
I mean, yo,
over here in
okay.
Nassau.
Again, I'm gonna say, yo, that's young, but
That's
listen,
young.
That's
But listen,
young.
it's
Young,
a
but
different-
5 years
when I
old,
got
6
to
years
that
old?
far, that was when I was
listen,
like
it's
12, 13.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm saying like it's a different time
a
because
different
back then
time, too.
you had like people in the neighborhood like
Yeah,
yo,
they would look at.
Who would
Yeah.
see you?
Yeah,
Right,
if
if
I-
I,
yeah,
I'm trying not to
right.
curse.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Right.
If I
People
messed
looking
up,
at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
they be
people in
like,
the
yo, I'm gonna tell Miss Mo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yo,
Yeah.
they
Gatekeepers.
knew.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah.
I was out in the corner cursing, they'd be like, yo,
Elders,
you know,
right.
your
Yeah, that's
grandmother
how we
play
were.
that.
Right.
Like, we see people, we grown.
we be doing what we doing, and you know the parents. You know, we see our friend parent come. By the time she got to us, we all standing there like,
Yo,
"How you doing? You need
if-
some help with your groceries?"
Listen,
da, da,
if-
da.
and if we
And
was
once she go in the crib,
Yo,
we go back because
this
it was
is-
all about
right.
respect.
Yo, and this
Man,
is like,
I-
and that's the difference. Like you said, like yo, being like in high school, like around that age or older. Let's say we was outside, we on the corner hanging out, like dudes were smoking, drinking. Like yo, when you seen someone's like Miss Rose coming, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
we'll see somebody or Lubby, we come. It's like yo, put that out. Yo, put the. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're not doing it like
Right.
blatant.
Even to
You know
a
what I'm saying? It's
cigarette, it would be like, yo.
Nah, we wouldn't
Right.
even. We would put the
You know what I'm
cigarette
saying?
away.
Pause.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm
everything.
saying? Like,
Pardon me, excuse me.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
It's
made
like
they made
almost.
new, but they knew
Not
we had
even
to show
that.
respect
To
when they
do it
walk.
in front
like
of them.
say like when I grew up and I learned this from a friend, mother. I knocked on the door and I just said, "Hey, well, basically, is Steven here?" She was like, "Well, hello, how are you?"
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
You didn't even say hello.
courtesy. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Ever since then, I learned when I come knock on the door, hey, how you doing, Miss Essenboy? How's everything?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
Steven here.
It's Steven
Yeah.
here. That's how I got to address her. Like, boom. That's how I learned that.
Yeah, because that's how Aunt Betty was. You walk in the house, she be like, "You better not walk up in here and not say hello." And you be like, "Hello." She, "Hello what?" You be like, "Hello, ma'am."
You know what I'm
This
saying? You
what I was
gotta
Right.
like be proper with it. Like,
Right.
know
So
what I'm
you
saying?
lose
some
some
people
of
are
that
bashful
now.
with it.
Not
some
knowing we
people
in the
ain't,
streets
like, but
acting the
it-
fool, and then when we in the house, we all, you know.
Right. So you lose some of that now with technology.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, I don't have to
Interacting.
call your house phone.
When last time you
I
see
call
somebody
your cell
playing double
phone.
dutch, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like, come
I-
on, man,
yeah.
hopscotch, you know, just little
Right.
games, man. It's sad. Dodgeball, we used to do kickball, we did it all.
Not even tag, none of that.
Nothing.
Like,
Different times,
like
man.
basically, when I see kids interact, from what I see, is basically like put them in sports, ballet.
That's why,
dance,
that's why my daughter's doing
interaction,
ballet.
like-
She's gonna be in, when she get older, she's gonna be whatever sport she likes. You know,
Like, I used to
I'm
come
put her-
home from school, do my
whatever she
little
wanna do.
homework, go
You did
outside with my
sports.
friends,
That's
whoever
right.
ain't in trouble. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like we outside, and then as soon as that damn light or get a little dark, my mom be like at that door, like
Let's go.
They don't,
running
they
in.
don't, they don't know what they missing. I feel like I feel bad for the kids nowadays. They don't even know what they missing. You know?
Yeah,
You see
man.
that street light come on, you be like,
Yeah, time to go.
I'm out.
come
like-
in, time to
you
get.
you know, fried
time
chicken
to
on the
shower,
grill.
get
You like,
ready.
yeah.
It's time.
Those good old days.
Yeah, man, like it's different. It's times has changed. Like it's like the electronic age, and you could get food ordered to your house, and
You never have to leave your
Things-
house.
yeah, it's what it's
Amazon
turning to.
Prime. Shout
Yeah.
out to Amazon.
You can work out at home live on the TV with Peloton.
Peloton. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I spend
Yo,
I
that's
spend more
dope,
time
son.
looking for a movie than
that's
actually
dope.
watching a movie.
Exactly.
I felt like I
Netflix.
watched more movies back in the days because I had a less select. You know, not so
Less
many
sele- less of a
selection.
selection.
Yes, and now it's like
Do
I
you feel like you wanted to watch a movie more then than now?
Nah,
Yes.
yo, now.
It's too much
no,
availability.
then I felt like I wanted to
Everything's-
watch movies more then than now because I like the
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
movies they made back then compared to the way they make movies now. You know,
Yo, but you could just watch it.
you know all the old classic
yo.
movies. We grew up on the type of movie that you put on and you watch it every day of the week.
There was no sci-fi,
you get home
no
from
green
you put it
screen, no
on.
none of that. It was just like a bunch of people just
know?
shooting something.
You watch it every
That's
day.
crazy, yo.
You know?
Yeah, man. Where we at? We got 15 more minutes, so we just are closing right here. So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Earlier I didn't get a chance to speak out about my coworker Garnett Kelly for 18 years. We've been coworkers. Just recently, I think it was Friday, his son had passed away in a car accident on a Robert Moses.
Yeah, Robert Moses.
He was 19 years old, so I just want to send a shout out to Garnett Kelly. God bless you and your family. I will be at the wake on Friday. You know, I won't be able to make the funeral, but, you know, I'm here if you need anything. You know, he's a great dude.
Yeah, I met
He's an older. Garnett was like a mentor to me, even though he's probably 2 to 3 years older than me. But it seems like he's so much older than me.
Yeah.
And he always just taught me, you know, to do the right thing. You know, he was like a father figure. He always spoke positive, a mentor. And I just feel bad that, you know,
Yeah.
you know, he lost his 19-year-old kid. Shout out to his wife and his his youngest son. You know, so yo, hug your kids,
love
kiss your
Yeah,
wife,
man.
Yeah.
your mother, your uncles, your family. Just, you know,
The
whatever y'all
dog,
going
too.
through. If you're not speaking to somebody over some nonsense, you know,
Or,
you know, just go give a person
like
a
they
hug
do in
sometime and give them a
church,
kiss.
just give them a hug.
Yeah. You
Reach
You never
out.
know what people are going
Yeah.
through.
You don't even have to
Yeah.
say anything to them, you know? Sometimes you just have to be the bigger person. Even if you're right or wrong, you know? The
Yeah.
person mean that much to you, you know? Let all the
It'd
BS.
be hard sometimes, man. You know, when you
Yeah,
gotta
it's-
swallow that
Yeah.
pill.
But-
But you know, sometimes you gotta
It's
be.
But
less
once you
stress.
do it,
Yeah.
It's less stress.
don't you
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
weight is
You
lift
feel
off?
the weight slip
So,
off.
you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
to do it.
And you know what? You're right, because it's like yo, forgiveness is not. It's not for you. I mean, it's not for them. It's for you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like once you do that, it's like now you put it in their hands. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I did what I was supposed to do, despite whether or not you feel that way. You like, yo, it's like you free yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you're right in that sense, man. I see that.
Yeah, nah.
Sometimes you just got to be the bigger person, man. Even if you never know what the person is going through, like she
And
said.
you never know how much time you have left.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You just never know.
you never
That's a
know.
good place
'Cause
to-
Sometimes you gotta let that phone ring.
Yeah,
Like, yo, I'm
you
just
know what I'm
chilling with the wife
saying?
and the
Like-
daughter tonight. I mean, like, you know, me, wife, and the dog.
yeah, like
Damn that. You know, life is short, man.
Yeah, yo,
So-
anytime, man. I mean, like, even for instance, like last night I was at work and right on the Bell Parkway, like I was on a conduit, but right on the belt where you're getting off to what's that? You're getting off right there by Rockaway Boulevard, like heading east, right? So on the belt, yo, there was a car. The car was flipped over, like on the side, like this. The belt was like pushed back, like, you know what I'm saying, like. There's nothing that big of a rush or that much in a hurry that you have to be to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like,
stop rushing to the store
Right.
and home and back home. If you ain't got nothing to do.
That's what they say. Most accidents happen within like
Right,
a 1
yeah,
mile
I
radius
got
of
my
your
accident
home.
right
Rushing
around
to the
the
gas
corner of my
station.
Something
mouth.
like that. I'm not sure.
Then
the
driving
exact
100 miles
speed.
home for no
Yeah.
reason. Don't got nothing to do.
I'm like, God damn it.
Because that's me. Not now, but that was me, you know?
Yeah, nah.
Sometimes you got to check yourself like, damn, why you
Yeah.
such a rush? And you just going
Before
back
you
home.
literally wreck yourself.
You don't even got to go to
check
work
yourself.
tomorrow. Like, what the hell? You just
I
got
had,
nothing
on
to do
the
tonight.
way here, I had somebody behind me with they flashing their high beam.
I
Yeah.
will-
I'm just like,
I will
yo.
take my time. Go ahead and go
taking my
around.
time.
slow. I be
extra
going
right
I'll go
now.
slower.
I go
Yo,
slow.
I
will,
did, and I
yeah.
tapped my brake too. When he flashed, I said, toot toot. Like,
Right.
nigga,
No,
we're not doing this
we're not
today.
doing this
We're
tonight.
not
All the
doing
other
this
lanes
today.
is empty.
Empty.
You just wanna be right up on me.
Right up on me.
Right.
Nope.
Like, yo, like,
Plus
have
you
my
don't
heart
want your
beating
insurance to
because
go
I
up.
wanted to like bug out, but I'm just like, yo, it's not even worth
not
it. Like,
serious.
It's
It's
not
not
worth
that
it. It's
serious.
not worth it.
I'm doing the right thing. You over here
mad
rushing
at
for
you.
nothing, like-
Yeah, but that used to be us.
But I looked at the rear view mirror like, yo, you got this guy letting you bug out for no reason. Look at you.
Oh, you was in the car.
I mean, let me just hurry up and get over and get out my way.
You crazy.
Word, man. So
Road rage.
what y'all got going on? Any events? Anything going on?
Yo,
Any
man, Super Bowl,
showcases?
man. Nothing else with the Super
I
Bowl.
got the. I know
Where is-
we got the beat showcase over here in Social House Media. They
When's
doing
that?
that tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Here?
And they're having a
Yeah.
showcase on
The
the
30th.
30th.
Amityville.
Yeah, in Amityville. So get your tickets. We gonna be there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
pop up.
definitely
The
gonna
30th?
be there.
Yeah,
All right.
and show some love.
Pop up there, you know what I'm saying? I might have to spit a freestyle or something.
Oh
you know what I'm saying?
man,
Hold the
what you gonna say?
crowd back.
You gonna a hot 8?
Time out,
I
time out.
gotta
We'll do a
Yeah.
timeout freestyle, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh, look at Matt.
Matt back.
Matt is
How was the
back.
food, baby?
How was the
Shout out to Matt, the engineer,
Motherfucker.
brother Marcus,
Oh, man.
for holding us down.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah,
Yo, no,
definitely.
thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
coming.
Thank
You know, we
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely let them know again where to get your book and everything at. And when
Follow us on Instagram at the Beads and Braids Book, or you can follow me at Marissa Jacobs. That's Marissa. You can follow us on Facebook at the Beads and Braids Book. You can also follow us or go to the website www.thebeadsandbraidsbook.com
There you
/
go.
shop. You can just hit the pre-order link.
$14.
Pre-order.
Get it.
Pre-order. I appreciate it.
Support.
Thank you.
A young overcomer, young entrepreneur, and a testimony. So definitely.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, definitely.
All right, well, that's time out.
Positivity. And that's time out.
Shout
and
out to
that's a
Time
wrap.
Out for having me.
Yes.
Ding.
Social media house as
you
always.
already know.
Thank
That's a
you.
wrap.
I just always be grabbing my jacket, right?